All right, solo adventurers. This is one of my all-time favorite modules for solo adventuring. Unfortunately, I can't really share it because it's copyrighted material. But I created some tables to help me come up with ideas while solo adventuring. Um, and I took one of my favorite bands of all time and put their lyrics in tables and used that. Um, it, it it works well because these are songs that I've loved my whole life. So there's meaning behind every lyric. Kind of gives me some inspiration. So I made this module called Inspirational Rush. This is only for myself. Um, it's basically a table. This is kind of the beginning of it, where I just have a phrase from each song lyric. Um, so I got the idea or the data for this table I got from if you go to the band's website, Rush.com, discography. Um, let's pick an album. We'll pick Hold Your Fire, and it gives the lyrics. So you know, each role, I did each one of these as a line, as a role. We can rise and fall like empires, attack the day like birds of prey. Um, so for all these songs, I kind of put these into as tables into Fantasy Grounds. Here's my table. I think this was only a couple. I think I had 3 or 4 albums in here as an example. It takes a while to open up, but it's like 320 different lines from Rush songs for this table. You can roll it. The table gives you, the phrase, the song, and then the album. I just, for my own purposes, I wanted to keep track of it. Um, so the phrase that would be Big Money Underground. I also created a template to give me 3 different phrases. So let's say I want to play a solo adventure, and I have no idea what it's about, what their goals are, even maybe even who my character is, and I'll use these 3 phrases. Phrase 1 is in different circles. Phrase 2, the office door closed early. Phrase 3, the greater the unknown. They're pretty obscure little sayings. The office door, I don't know if that really fits in Dungeons and Dragons very well. But it could just be a door closed early, or maybe life's door closed. Maybe his working life's door closed early. Maybe he had planned on becoming a blacksmith, but his father was killed by raiders or something, and so he became an adventurer. Um, in different circles, um, you know, maybe he grew up with friends that and family that didn't really care um, what he did or they had anything to do with him. Um, and the greater the unknown, maybe he had a desire for adventure. Because the more unknown he knew, the greater his need was to know something. But I could, right there, I have 3 terms that give my story or my character some. There's now something alive with that, and you could follow the fiction. If we do it again, let's see what my phrase 1, an endless universe. Phrase 2, more than just a dotted line. Phase 3, they gathered from across the land. Again, so maybe the outlook of my character is, the endless universe. He's got a desire to go adventure and see the universe, uh, more than just a dotted line. Um, maybe he wants to take his own path instead of following the line everybody else had to become you know, whatever he was going to become. And they gathered from across the land. Um, Maybe there's a big battle brewing or something. Um, but I could use these to create and play off each other or do them independently, maybe change the meaning a little bit, but it gives you inspiration and create something that becomes alive. Um, it's the power and the glory. The principles get left out. The Big Bang took and shook the world. Well, maybe a volcano, destroyed the island. Um, the principles get left out. Um, Maybe there was a religion and the kind of the basic principles that you'd think would be in a religion are left out, and they're just these wacky principles left to create some crazy cult. Um, it's the power and the glory. Could go back to the cult somehow. It's all about the power and the glory. Um, but I just it's very easy to create. You could take your own, if you have a favorite band, see what the lyrics work out to be. Most bands have sites like this, so you could just take it line by line. That's one answer. That's another answer. Don't want the silence. I don't want the face. It just gives you something to think about. And, if you just let your mind go, it's amazing what you can come up with and spend some time on it. Um, but that's my advice for this little short little video on soloing. It was a tool that I created that I think anybody could create, just to give you inspirational phrases to help you solo. Thanks.